negative. Doctors believe that did research, and there's a link between roids and heart disease, in which it lowers the HDL in the bloodstream, and HDL is a cholesterol which helps prevent heart disease. And if sports were to be legalized, so her first point claim is PEDs will make sports safer and athletes since they can regulate drugs efficiently, reducing the risk. So if steroids were to be legalized, people are doing it now, even though they're illegal. So what makes you think that they're not going to go far and beyond what they're already doing now? So there has to be some regulation for it to be considered "quote unquote" safe. And athletes will go far and beyond what safe actually is, and because they're using it now, which now it's legal. You are not only protecting the integrity of the game with testing, but you're also protecting athletes from themselves. Some athletes, I'm sure, would probably take matters into their own hands, and things can get out of control. According to the National Center of Addiction and Abuse, states that one athlete decision to use performance-enhancing drugs has a powerful effect on other athletes. As reported by Sports Illustrated, half of recent surveyed Olympic athletes admitted that they would use the drugs even though it would eventually kill them. If they were to be willing to, if it were to help them win every event 5 years in a row. This type of win at all costs mentally and pervading sports and levels of competition results in athletes feeling coerced and substance just to remain on par with other athletes. So, second claim was the legalization of PEDs helps you maximize potential health. There are many health effects of the use of steroids, in which the negatives too will point out. Some doctors think that the tearing of tendon and ligaments, because they're both muscles have gone too big for their bodies, which was from Fred Bowen. There is no doubt that it will help you to maximize your potential abilities in the short run, but in the long run, it'll start to decline because of some health hazards. If steroids are legalized and many athletes were taken, the high level of performance could decline because the athletes wouldn't be healthy. Sure, at first level, performance in sports would go up, but years down the road, athletes that have been juicing for a long time slowly decline in health, in which performance will start to dip. In 2002, 70% of all total baseball players went to total percentage of baseball payroll went to guys who were injured with muscle tears, muscle strains, and ruptured Achilles. James Andrews said that it has increased 200% from the year 2002. Baseball owners paid $370 million to players who were not able to play. Most of it, according to Dr. Andrews, were related to anabolic steroids. The third thing was athletes have to take PEDs, which is an option, and brings more respect to the game. If steroids are legalized, who would want to idolize that certain hero? Robert Simmons states, "I would agree that prohibition of performance-enhancing drugs is justified because steroids use makes little sense if everyone uses it. Gains are minimal and everyone is exposed to risk. How your body reacts to steroids is not an athletic talent like running or hitting, and it would protect the ideal of the game." So inherency claim, health concerns and the big belief that the PEDs use damages the spirit of the game. So what would happen to the integrity, passion, loyalty, and achievement and respect of the game if steroids were legalized? According to Oliver, the use of performance-enhancing drugs is not only illegal, It is also morally reprehensible in that it violates the virtues of honesty and trustworthy, which go on hard with the fairness of integrity of competitive sports. Michael J. Bell says, the use of drugs violates all such notion of equality. The drug taker starts with an unfair advantage. Success becomes the productive of a test tube, not the training track. Playing Major League requires talent, drive, intelligence, determination, and grit. Steroids and other unlawful performance-enhancing drugs have no place in the game. But now that steroids are legalized, it wouldn't be a competitive over who trained harder, who's a better sprinter. It would be over who took the best steroids. It wouldn't be a sporting game anymore. It would be more of a steroid competition to see what country or company made the best steroids. In the solvency claim, closely monitoring athletes and PEDs will solve this sketch and dangerous usage among athletes. There is no doubt that there's a rare occasion of athletes using PEDs in sports in which they are illegal. What makes you think athletes won't go far and beyond what they're using? To study the use of the level of athletes who currently use them is not going to happen. A New York internist who is a former chairman of the World Anti-Doping Agency prohibits the method of subcommittee. Knowing that athletes are using PEDs will help control the schematics of the game. With PEDs being legal, you will be changing the game from a running game instead of intelligence of athletes and coaching. You will want a running game instead of people who are naturally doing this on their own. And in conclusion, most college athletes are going to college to get an education. By giving athletes the right to use steroids will make them want to focus more on sports intelligence instead of their education. And there's a slim chance that those who use steroids will make it to the professionals.